So kudos to everybody who treated this event as something different, bringing something completely new that fit in with the Christmas theming.
Welcome to the Creepy Kingdom. We are all about the creepy side of theme parks, films, haunts, and everything in between. We create original films, live streams, vlogs, podcasts, and more. Hit that subscribe button to make sure that you always keep it creepy.
For many of us in the haunt community, one of the biggest things that we look forward to each year is a giant convention themed to Halloween called Midsummer Scream. The convention that started in 2016 took a huge blow in 2020, like a lot of things did because of the pandemic, and it was postponed for a year. The 2021 version took place in Pasadena at their convention center rather than the usual Long Beach Convention Center. Pasadena provided a smaller venue for a smaller version of Midsummer Scream that they titled Awaken the Spirits. Awaken the Spirits had panels and vendors, but it was missing a key component to Midsummer Scream, which was the Hall of Shadows, their version of a miniature haunted house area. And whether the plan was to make up for the smaller convention in the summer or to completely expand Midsummer Scream as a brand, we got a second version of Midsummer Scream called Season Screamings in December. My name's Josh from Creepy Kingdom, and this is my review of Midsummer Scream's Season Screamings 2021. Taking place between December 17th and 19th at the Pasadena Convention Center, Season Screamings brought back a lot of the usual vendors, as well as it had a few panels, but most importantly, it brought back the Hall of Shadows. Well, this time it was called the Hall of Yuletide Spirits and had several miniature haunts. I was there all 3 days of this convention, and there was a lot of fun to be had. The folks that put together Midsummer Scream's Season Screamings did a great job blending the two holidays and putting up decorations that people could take pictures in front of. Many of the retailers brought merchandise that matched up with the holidays, but with more of a spooky vibe. Whether they were shirts with Krampus on them or ornaments that featured Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers. So kudos to everybody who treated this event as something different, instead of just bringing back all their Halloween stuff that they brought at the Midsummer Scream back in the summer. Instead, bringing something completely new that fit in with the Christmas theming. As for the main stage, and really the only stage for panels at this convention, Friday night kicked things off with more of a variety show. It featured some of the acts that you could see on the showroom floor and some bigger talents like Kitty and Selena Nguyen, who performed the song Dancing with the Devil, one of the songs that they have featured in the show Lucifer. On Saturday, there were a ton of different main stage acts. I ended up catching two of them. The first was a conversation with Garner Holt of Garner Holt Productions. He told us about his history with animatronics and how it really all began with a visit to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion, and how he was lucky enough to reimagine the Haunted Mansion several years later for the Haunted Mansion holiday that features the Nightmare Before Christmas characters. This was truly a special conversation, and of anything at the convention, this was the most attended main stage show. Saturday night's show was the Island of Misfit Tees that was put on by Peep Show Menagerie, a burlesque troupe in the Los Angeles area. The show was also well attended, but I couldn't help to think that the show that they had on Friday with the variety acts and this show could have been blended together to create one major show that everybody would have seen, as Friday night's attendance wasn't nearly as great as Saturday night's attendance. I just think that these two shows could have been combined because the 3 days of this convention seemed like a little too much, but that's a critique I'm going to get to here in a second. The two panels that I attended on Sunday featured the Boo Crew from BloodyDisgusting.com. They ended up interviewing Zach Galligan from the film Gremlins for their podcast. The other panel, and the last panel of the convention, featured director Kirk Thatcher talking about his work on Muppets Haunted Mansion. Both were really great conversations and got me excited to go and revisit both Gremlins and Muppets Haunted Mansion. But what had me and many other people excited about this convention was the return of the miniature haunted houses, and the Hall of Yuletide Spirits did not disappoint. Cal Haunts provided a really awesome set with a bunch of actors to put together a Christmas carol. It featured a graveyard, the home of Ebenezer Scrooge, and the home of Bob Cratchit. And the actors did a really great job wandering the hall at all times, retelling this classic tale. Fear Farm's Gingerbread House of Horrors was super cool. It brought to life this giant gingerbread man that I hope ends up coming back in some way. The Dread Society's maze Holiday Fear actually got a couple of screams out of me, and they did a really good job using the limited space that they had. Holiday Fiesta was less of a haunted house and more of a display that was showcasing a dead couple as they transitioned from the Day of the Dead over to this holiday fiesta. And the blacklight artwork here was just so well done, and these displays were just super beautiful. Overall, Season Screamings was a great event that I hope comes back as a yearly tradition. My only complaint is that the 3 days kind of left me burnt out. I could see this being a better 2-day event and just combining some of the acts that were on Saturday and Sunday with the variety show that they had on Friday, especially since Friday was only open from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I wasn't the only one with major burnout. It seemed like a lot of people left early on Sunday. And the main event of that day, being the Muppets Haunted Mansion panel, was actually not well attended. I think that panel would have had a much better chance had the Friday night never occurred and more people would have come just for Saturday and Sunday. But outside of the burnout that I had, this was truly a wonderful event, and for somebody who's not leaving Los Angeles or going anywhere for the holidays, this was a nice way to celebrate the festivities of the season. I was able to get together with some of my friends from the haunt community and celebrate along with them. I was also really happy to see haunts return to the convention. With all the themes of ghosts and holidays and spookiness, I could really see this event going far. Because Midsummer Scream seems to deliver on the goods, just no matter the season.
Thank you for watching, and thank you to our sponsors and Patreon producers for making this video possible. Hit the subscribe button so the creepy fun never has to end. This is Hannah reminding you to keep it creepy.